On this edition of the Hood County Library program, we're going to be walking you through how to get a library card from the Hood County Library. Then we're going to talk with Sue Gibson at Friends of the Library and learn more about what they do and what they are. Then we're going to take a look at what the hot titles are at the library this August. A library card at the Hood County Library is the key to accessing all of the great services the library has to offer. But how do you get one? On today's episode, we'll walk you through the process. Before you head to the library, you'll need to grab a few things. First, you need a form of identification, either a Texas driver's license or a Texas identification card. Then you'll need a piece of current mail that has your name and address on it. You don't have to live in Hood County to get a library card at the Hood County Library. If you're under 18, you need your guardian to bring these documents and come with you to the library to help. Now head on down to the Hood County Library and let them know you want to get your library card. They'll have you fill out a short application. Once you have your card, you can check out what you need from the library. The card will expire after 1 year, but you can renew it for free. There are a few more things you need to know once you have your library card. There's a limit on how much you could check out. For media like DVDs, MP3s, and audio CDs, it's 10 per household per format. For books, it's 20 per patron. Playaway views are 2 per household, and no more than 20 items total can be checked out at once. But for your very first checkout, the limit is 2 items. Make sure to keep track of your card. If it is lost or stolen, you'll need to pay a $2 replacement fee. Be sure to report a lost or stolen card to the library right away. Always take good care of what you check out from the library. If you damage an item you checked out, you have to pay the library back, along with a $3 processing fee. You could also replace the damaged item instead if you talk to the library director first and follow the replacement guidelines. If there's a book you want to read but someone has checked it out, just place it on hold. You can do that in person, over the phone, over email, or at hoodcountylibrary.com. They'll let you know when the item you want is checked back in and give you 4 days to come by and pick it up before it goes to the next person or back on the shelf. Now you know how to get your library card and the basic rules and guidelines. You might have some more questions, just talk to your friends on the Hood County Library staff. Now let's meet the Friends of the Library and learn about who they are and what they do.
Okay, my name is Sue Gibson, and I am the first Vice President of Friends of the Library in charge of fundraising and the bookstore. Friends of the Library is a nonprofit, a 501c3 organization, and we raise funds to support the library in whatever way they need. We've helped them buy equipment, we help them have training classes, we help fund the summer reading program for the children. So whatever they need is what we try to give them. In the mid-60s, there was a referendum to build the first Hood County public library, and so we were formed to support them in that endeavor, and the first library was opened in 1968. Well, since 2015, we've donated $11,747, and probably a little bit since that figure came out, over $75,000 in the last 4 years, and we also fund scholarships for Hood County students who are pursuing either an education in library science or a librarian certificate. We have committed to giving the library for expansion $50,000, of which we've given them $10,000. Right now we plan to give them $10,000 each year over a 5-year period, unless they decide they need it a little sooner. But we have the money set aside earning interest until we give them that $10,000 each year. We've purchased equipment. We recently purchased a $2,000 plus CD DVD cleaner that they had requested, and just whatever they need. I don't know that we've ever said no, so I hope we never have to. As long as we can keep raising some funds, we won't have to. Yes, we have 3 free little libraries. They are just little boxes around the community. I can't tell you exactly where they are right now, but Gary and Ann Keel in our community are volunteers, and they have built those, and they come here and they get some of our books and they stuff them in there, and they are available for anybody in the neighborhood to go by and they can exchange books, or they can take one out of there, and when they're through with it, take it back. It's a national program, and it's something that we have just started. I've seen it in other cities that I've visited, and I just think they're terrific. Right now we have about 50 volunteers. Our membership is about 245 right now, so we would love to see more of our membership volunteer. We have a need, and more of our community. We can put you to work if they'll just come by and join. They can come by here, and they can. We have forms. It's $10 a year for membership for an individual, or $15 a year for membership for a family. They can volunteer to work in the library as a clerk, or the bookstore. I am in need of some more sorters for the back room, and those would be the people that would see the donations as they come in, and they would have to be sorted and cleaned before they're put out here. We have sales that we need just hands-on for the sales. We had a fundraiser hors d'oeuvre and wine gathering last fall where we had an author come and read, and then we had a musician there who sang and played for us, and that was really really fun. It was a little bit of a small gathering because of the place it was held, but we hope to do that again, and it was a great fundraiser. It was great to get word out in the community about us and about what we're doing. Well, we have in-store book sales. We just had a very successful in-store half-price book sale in July. We raised, I think, around $1,500 in a week's time. People really like those. If we can just get the word out. Advertising is so expensive. We really try and watch how we spend our money, because we really want the bulk of our money to go to the library. So yeah, we have those. We have some author events, have had some of those in the past, where authors come in and they talk about their books, and they do book signings, that kind of thing. Okay, the most important thing is to interact with the customer. They greet them, they ask them if they've been here before, and they can show them around if they have not. They ask them if they're looking for anything in particular. So that tells you that they kind of have to be familiar with the store and what we have. And of course we have donations every day, and so our stock changes every day. So it's just a good idea to walk around and see what we have available. Occasionally we have a customer come in looking for a specific book, and so we can put their name on a list and watch for that book to come in. We've done that, so we have to keep up with that. But yeah, greeting the customer, and then too, we are also shoppers. We're not paid a salary, but we often donate to the cause. So we all love reading, or we wouldn't be here. Oh, they can just bring them in from 10 to 2, Monday through Saturday, or on Tuesdays 10 to 6. They can just bring them in. We have, in the foyer, we have a large bookshelf that they can drop them there. Or if we're closed, they can drive around the side, and there is a large porch on the south side of the library and the bookstore with 2 large bins, and they can just drop them in those bins, and we will get those the next day we're open. Well, since I don't work for a salary anymore, I have always felt like volunteering in the community that you live in is very important, and so this, I felt like, was my time to do that. And so I love reading. I love books. I have since I was 12 years old, so this was my first place to stop at, and luckily they took me, and I've just kept on getting more and more involved since then. So I love it, and I love meeting people. I always have. Well, after the people, I think the books, because people are treasures, but you wouldn't believe the books that come in here. I mean, I've got a book over there from 1911 about stories of hobos riding the rails. And you know, where else are you going to come across a book like that? Or Texas history, or family histories, lots of fiction. Lots of biographies come in, and I mean, these books are cheap. They're usually $2 a book. You can buy a 4-year-old book for $2. The newer books that you would pay $22 for in the store here are not going to cost you more than $6. I mean, it's just a bargain. So everybody loves a bargain. That's a big reason why people come. Well, you know, I was researching that question because I know how I feel about libraries, and I do have people ask me that question. Do people really come to libraries anymore? And I said, yeah, they really do. And I've seen time and time again statistics about people do continue liking a book in their hand. Yes, there are the digital books, and those are convenient, but Luis Herrera, who's a city librarian in San Francisco, wrote an article for the New York Times, and if you don't mind, I'll quote a little bit from him. He said, "The public library is a true American invention. Perhaps no other place captures the values of freedom of expression and democracy like this venerable institution. Libraries represent what we should never take for granted: the freedom to read, the freedom to choose, and the freedom to share our ideas. The librarian's mission to provide free and open access to information in all its myriad forms remains constant." Also, he said that libraries are successfully moving from analog to digital by providing access to a broad range of digital and multimedia tools that will present or prepare future generations with 21st century technology. Even in our library here, you can find audiobooks and CDs, and well, I'm not sure about CDs, but DVDs certainly. We have 3 rows of computers where people come every day to research or look for jobs or whatever they need a computer for, and they don't have internet service at home. And so certainly in the United States, many people come to libraries for that. In our library, you can also come and sit in a comfortable chair, read the current magazines, read a current newspaper. Your children can look at the children's computers and play there, or read children's books, check them out, take them home. So yes, I think definitely libraries are relevant today and will remain so. I think the employees, they seem to have a heart for what they're doing. They have a heart for the community. I love our new librarian, Karen. She is just a doll. She is so sweet and so hesitant to ask us for anything. So we try to make her understand that's why we exist. But yes, I think the employees are wonderful. I've known some of them for many years, and they're not any better people anywhere in Hood County.
If you want to become a part of the Friends of the Library, donate some books, or just go shop at the bookstore, you can learn more at Friends of the Library for Hood County Library Facebook page or their website, hoodfol.com.